A certain bookcase has two shelves of books. On the upper shelf, the book with the greatest number of pages has 400 pages. So in other words, on the upper shelf, the max of that list is 400. On the lower shelf, the book with the least number of pages has 175 pages. So the minimum, if we took the list of all the pages in these books, the minimum is 475. So very interesting right away to notice that all the books on the upper shelf have fewer pages than all the books on the lower shelf. All the books on the lower shelf have more pages than all the books on the upper shelf. What is the median number of pages for all the books put together on the two shelves? So we want to know the median of the whole kit and caboodle. So, statement number 1 tells us the upper shelf has 25 books. Well, just knowing that, we have zero information about how many books are on the lower shelf. So just knowing how many books on the upper shelf, that by itself is completely insufficient. Now, very tricky, we have to forget statement number 1, focus purely on statement number 2. Statement number 2, we know that there are 24 books on the lower shelf, but now we have no idea about the upper shelf. And so again, this statement is completely insufficient. We suspect that interesting things are going to happen when we put the two statements together. And indeed, we put the two statements together. Well, now we know there are 25 on the upper shelf and 24 on the lower shelf. So that is 49 total. And if we have a list of 49 and we put the numbers in numerical order, the middle of that list, the 25th entry on that list, will be the median. So suppose we have this list, 1, 2, 3, 4, so the fewest number of pages, ... We get up to the 25th member, then the 26th, and then all the way down to the 49th member. The 25th member is going to be the median. Well, we know that the first 25 occupants on the list are going to be the 25 from the upper shelf because they have fewer pages. And we also know that the maximum on that list, the 25th entry, will be the entry that has 400 books. Now, we also happen to know, incidentally, that the entry right after that, the 26th entry, has 475 pages. But we don't care so much about that. What we know is that the median of the list, the 25th entry on the list, is 400. So combining the statements, we have sufficient information to answer the question. If all this stuff about means and medians is confusing to you, then I highly recommend check out Magoosh.com. We prepare people to take the GMAT, and we have a few hundred videos preparing you for math, also a few hundred videos on the verbal side, and we'll explain everything you need to know about mean, median, and all the other stats to do well on the GMAT. So in this question, two statements insufficient combined to make sufficient information, answer choice C.